Welcome to a recap of the Monday, March 14th, 2022 City Council meeting. We had a work session tonight, and at that work session, we heard a department head report from Police Chief Chief Schaar. He gave us an update on 2021, including the number of people in the police department. We have 18 officers, 2 administrative assistants, 1 community service officer, 13 volunteer reserves, and 10 hospital security officers. And the average experience of our police department is 16 years. A lot of things were brought up. I just jotted down a few. One of those is that assaults and theft were significantly down. A number of the items were up or down just slightly, but those two, theft and assaults, are significantly down. He also noted there were 105 blight investigations in 2021. And of those, the majority made changes necessary. 93 of them did. And so there was only 12 lots cited in 2021. The department also did a lot of training. One additional training this year was epilepsy training in the fall of 2021. Animal control, roughly 50% of the animals are from the city and about 50% from the county. And it's good to note, I get this question quite often, there were no animals euthanized last year again. So the department, specifically the community service officer, has done a great job of getting those back to people or adopting them out. A pretty wide discussion, including citations for winter parking enforcement. We had 282 during the various plowing situations this year, and it's important that we get the cars off the road so our public works department can quickly get around the city and get as much plowed as possible under heavy snow conditions. There are a number of goals for this year that were expressed. One of those was implementation of body-worn cameras and squad car cameras. We've approved the purchase of those, but we do have to have a policy that they will be bringing to us at the council level soon. There needs to be some public hearings on those. During the regular meeting, there was a number of consent agenda items, but we did have a few on the regular agenda as well. The last 2 items on the agenda were dealing with the Civic Center. First one is to consider a grant to the Blandin Foundation for the IRA Civic Center project. We have approved an application for $1.5 million to the Blandin Foundation. That will be going in real soon, and we also learned that in July, we need to wait till July, but in July we will ask the IRRR for $500,000 coming out of 2 different funds. But we need to wait till their next fiscal year in July. And finally, we considered resolutions, 2 resolutions ordering the improvement and authorizing phase 1 best value procurement for a truss roof system at the IRA Civic Center. And the reason we did that is with that project, it's very timely. We have to, number one, know if we can afford to go ahead once the truss bids come back in. But number 2, make sure that we can receive them in a timely fashion. And so this procurement system, which was done with the walls of the fire department, new fire department, will allow us to get some quotes by April 25th and then know if they can get them done in the time required. If that's favorable, then sometime before August, we will hear back for the rest of the materials for that construction. The construction will begin, assuming all things are go, April 1st, 2023, so that they can be done by November 1st, 2023. We'll hear back on the best value procurement quotes for the truss roof system by April 25th, and we'll, at the next council meeting after that, we will have a discussion on that item. With that, we adjourn the meeting. We meet again in 2 weeks on March 28th, 2022 at 5 o'clock. And the weather warmed up today, and it looks like we'll even be getting into the 40s and maybe even 50 this week. So good news for all, and we hope that comes true. With that, we'll see you in 2 weeks.